They say beauty is only skin deep, but what about truth? What about trauma? What about healing purpose and power? Welcome to Skin Deep, a sacred space where we peel back the layers, speak the unspeakable, and remember who we were before the world told us who to be. I'm your host, Kiara Charles, truth seeker, generational curse breaker, and bloodline recalibrator. So many of us wait for apologies that may never come. But what if forgiveness isn't about them at all? What if the key to forgiveness is peace, your healing, and your return to self? Today's episode is one I had to live through before I could speak on it. Because forgiveness, especially forgiving yourself, is not a gentle walk in the park. It's a soul deep reckoning. And for me, it almost cost me my life. Let's go there. First step to my healing wasn't joy. It wasn't peace. It was letting go. Letting go of the ache that persecution left behind, the unwashable stains, the residue, the echo of everything I didn't deserve, but still endured. And in order to do that, I had to forgive a lot of people, a lot of offenses, and most of all, I had to forgive myself. When I came back from college, it felt like I had jumped timelines. In school, I lived outside of myself, watching this numb, distant version just drift away further from the pain, and I didn't have the tools to face it. Forgiveness meant facing it. It meant sitting still with the pain and saying, I see you, I acknowledge you, but I don't carry you anymore. Coming home brought it all back. The memories, the shame, the guilt, the rage. I told myself, this time I'm not running. Rage, okay. Depression, okay. Fear, silence, all of it, okay. It was messy. I hurt people and people hurt me, but it taught me what I didn't want to become. That year was the year that I fought the most with the need to escape. And escapism has a lot of doors. And I was drawn to every one that led to my self-destruction. A year after school, my boyfriend asked me to move in. And I hesitated. Not because I didn't love him, but because I knew myself. And I was still trying to recover from the triggers. Still trying to handle them. And I didn't want to put the weight of the world on him again. But he said he wanted me there, and for a while, that felt safe and things were good. But I was jobless and I was purposeless and I felt unworthy in my own skin. That's when it began. The quiet thoughts. The whispers that said maybe the world didn't need me. Maybe I wasn't meant for this life. And I started praying. And if I don't wake up tomorrow, God, that's okay too. Amen. Until one day, I called the suicide hotline. The person on the other end said all the right things, but I was numb, detached, and floating between disappearing and staying. Then God spoke. Your life is worth living. Now, snap out of it. That voice shook me, not gonna lie. And I knew I needed God in that way. Not a sermon, not a sign, but a direct intervention. No one was coming to rescue me. No apology was going to fix it. No explanation was going to make the pain go away. So I had to become the rescuer, the witness, the healer. In the first place, I had to start was forgiveness. Forgiving myself is still the hardest thing that I've ever done, but it's also been the most sacred, because my inner child needed to hear that this pain is not yours to carry anymore. I wish I can say that after God spoke to me, everything got better. That I woke up the next day with joy in my bones and a clarity in my chest, but that wouldn't be the truth. Because even after divine intervention, the thoughts didn't disappear, and the darkness didn't dissolve, and the pain, it didn't ask for permission to stay. What followed was the hardest part, the sitting with it, the bargaining, the praying to sleep and not to wake up. I wasn't writing for healing back then. I was writing because I didn't know what else to do with the pain. This piece, this poem, isn't about what I overcame. It's about what almost overcame me. So I want to let you into the mind of a version of me that almost didn't make it. Not to glorify the darkness, but to tell the truth of it. Because that's what we do here on Skin Deep. They say when death becomes your dream, you've wandered far from life's esteem. But I don't flinch or look away. I see it clearer every day. You call it problem. I say peace. A quiet place where pain might cease. No more masks or breaking bread. What fears that feast inside my head? They say you can't escape the grave, but isn't that route to save? The end you fear, I understand. That's the one thing that lends a hand. So why is my name laced with regret? Each time I speak of my death's debt, is it so wrong to crave a box where silence hums and no one talks? 6 feet down, where shadows stay, where I don't have to feel this way, where scary isn't out of place. It's carved into my resting face. Would I find rest beneath the dirt, or just new versions of this hurt? Would fire kiss these brittle bones and echo back my mother's moans? I think of hell, a burning bush of pills and guns and a final push, but life's the one that chokes my breath, each in hell, dragging me to death. It grips my neck, then sets me free, just long enough to torture me. I see the light, then feel the night, a cruel exchange for wrong and right. They tell me, find your peace in God. But where is He when I feel flawed? I try to pray, and the words won't form. I'm numb inside this endless storm. I try to see, but it's all black. I take a step back and I tumble. And if God has plans, then show. Because I can't take one more blow. Contemplating. Before we continue, I want to pause and say this from my heart. If you are currently experiencing suicidal thoughts, overwhelming emotional pain, or feel like you can't go on, please know that you're not alone. And you don't have to carry this weight by yourself. You can call or text the Suicide Hotline at 988, and they are available 24/7 with trained counselors who are ready to listen and to support you without judgment. Or if you're in immediate danger, please call 911. Your life matters. Your presence matters. And even if it feels like no one sees you, God does. And so do I. There's help, and there's hope, and there's healing ahead. Please reach out. Welcome back to the sacred space of return. This meditation is not about fixing you. It's about remembering the parts of you that chose to stay. Before we begin the meditation, I want to invite you into a moment of reflection. Grab your journal or open a note in your phone and ask yourself these questions. What have I been carrying that was never mine to hold? What would it feel like to live without that weight? Who do I need to forgive in order to return to myself? Take your time. You don't need to rush the answers. And sometimes the asking is the breakthrough. Let's begin. Close your eyes. Place one hand over your heart and the other over your belly. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it for 4 seconds. Now release through your mouth. Again, inhale, hold, exhale. One more time. Inhale peace. Exhale the weight. Feel your body anchoring in this moment. Let it hold you. Now bring the mind to a version of you who was hurting the most. See them. Maybe they're younger. Maybe they're recent. You don't need to change them. Just witness them. Say in your mind, I see you. I remember what you went through. Let the emotion rise. You are safe. Now repeat silently or aloud. I forgive you. I forgive you for not knowing how to cope. I forgive you for trying to disappear. I forgive you for carrying what was never yours. I forgive myself for surviving the only way I knew how. Let the words echo in your body. Now imagine a soft light forming around you. It could be golden, blue, white, whatever comes to mind. This light is your soul. It never left you. Let it wrap around your shoulders, your heart, your legs. Let it say, you are still here. Breathe it in. Place your hand on your heart again and whisper, I return to myself. I choose to stay. Again, I choose to stay. Take one last deep breath in. and sigh it out. Begin to bring your awareness back to the room. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently open your eyes. You made it. You're here. And for today, that's enough. You stayed. You stayed through all of that. You stayed. This episode isn't about pretending that everything is okay. It's about acknowledging the ache and still choosing to come home to yourself. Even when it's hard, even when it's quiet, and even when no one claps for it. I'm proud of you. And if this episode moves something in you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs it. Save it to come back later. Like and comment so we can keep this conversation going. Because sometimes all we need is a voice that reminds us that we're not alone. And remember, forgiving yourself is not a weakness. It's the most radical, sacred act of self-love you can give. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're becoming. Until next time, stay rooted, stay focused, and stay skin deep.